everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Bertan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. We're going to some very interesting grape varietals today, a white and a red, and they may be varietals you've never, ever heard of, which is kind of cool. One thing that all of us try to do, as most of us as wine guys, try to get folks to stretch out their palate horizons. We just did a real interesting Spanish wine class. Marshall from Classical Wines did an awesome job educating my group on Spanish wines. One of them is the wine right here. The other one is just one that I fell in love with a long time ago. Both grapes that most of you have never heard of, and I would like to encourage all of you that watch this program to try new wines. Stretch your palate horizons. Don't just get stuck on Chardonnay or Pinot Gris or Sauvignon Blanc or Cab or Merlot or Syrah or Zinfandel. Those are all great wines. I love them all. Don't get me wrong. But it's always fun to kind of stretch out. I mean, when is the last time you've had a Hondarribia Zuri, excuse me. I knew I'd get it wrong right off the bat. Hondarribia Zuri or a Susamanello. Those are both grapes. And we're going to give them a try today and see how they show. So, first of all, we're going to do the, where is the vintage? 2016. Palata. Hondarribia Zuri. It's from the Getareco Chocolini region in the Basque area of Spain. So Basque is like way north, almost where you get to France. And it's above, right directly north and a little bit east of, a little bit west of Rioja, which is an area most of you are used to. So Chocolini is a region. Hondarribia Zuri is the grape, and it's a white wine, and it rolls in at $20. Let's give it a little rinse. Now, you know, I'm trying this because a lot of you might, if I led you to this wine, you might say, 20 bucks. I really want to spend a $20 bill on something I may not be familiar with. That is an issue, of course. And I know that's hard. It's hard for a lot of you, especially if you don't have a wine guy or a wine girl that you can go to and ask them some questions. So, you know, hopefully you're learning from these programs. Hopefully they help you a little bit. That's really what I'm trying to do. I want you to become comfortable. And it's really your palate that counts. But I've said it many times, because of all the different palates that I have to deal with, not have to, that I want to deal with, over the years, I've learned how to kind of adjust my palate to understand what most people will like. But really the bottom line, you know, is your palate. And for all those that come into the store and talk to me, I think you guys know how hard I try to understand your palate and what you like or dislike. But let's just give this one a try. Hondarribia Zuri from Chocolini in the Basque region of Spain. 20 bucks. Let's see what we get on those. Very much dusty rock. A little bit of mushroom. A slight hint of Myers lemon. A little bit of a sweet melon component coming through. You notice my glass is misting up a little bit. When I review white wines, I review them the way I know most of you drink them. You'd like them cold. I know if I did a survey of 1,000 people, I think 950 would say I like my wines to be cold, my whites to be cold. So that's the way I review them, because that's the way I want you to understand what you are going to experience. Now, it is always a good idea to warm them up a little bit. You get more aromatics out of them. Certainly that's true. But I know most of you do not like to drink your whites at room temperature. So I review them at the way you would drink them. A little bit of I got a hint of like, you know, the rind of a honeydew. Let's see what we get on the palate. I get like like a real interesting white pepper kind of tingling on my tongue. Lots of lemon on this baby. Very bright, very crisp, very linear on the palate. Good acidity, but balanced with melon and lemon notes that come through nicely. A little bit of white flour and whetstone, not crushed rock, more whetstone elements coming through. Very, very piercing. Man, it just makes me want to have a big bucket of clams when I'm trying this. Mouth-watering finish, dusty rock, lemon, melon, just very linear. I mean, this is it reminds me of a champagne without bubbles just a little bit. Then there's a little hit of white pepper, just a little bit. If you're a Sauvignon Blanc drinker, you're gonna love this wine. I mean, it has good complexity, solid acidity. It's mouth-watering. I mean, my mouth is watering. I mean, water is gushing around my gums from this wine. It's crazy. And just got a real nice hit of green apple on the back end, like Granny Smith, right on the back end. That's how this finish is going. Seriously. Solid wine. If you've never had a Hondurabi Zuri, wine made from that grape, you need to try this wine. I know it's 20 bucks, but the cool thing about this wine is you will not be able to drink it quickly. It's a thinking man's white wine. It has too much going on to just slug it down. It's not like a bottle of Chardonnay, that buttery Chardonnay that you just, those are delicious, don't get me wrong. This makes you stop and think. Good acidity, good strength, good complexity, minerality, white pepper, lemon, honeydew, white flowers, solid acidity. Like I said, my mouth is still watering. I'm going to go straight up A on this wine. I think it's a solid wine. I think it's something you should try, especially if you're a Sauvignon Blanc drinker. And if you like champagne, seriously, if you added carbonation to this wine, you would think you were drinking a champagne. It has that solid linear feel, very laser sharp on the palate, very delicious. Clams all day, oysters, not a big oyster guy, but I do eat them sometimes. This would be perfect. Mussels, anything like that. Delicious wine. Or just enjoy it all by itself. It's worth every bit of 20 bucks. Hondurabi Zuri. There you go. Give it a try. Now, we're going to the Tenuta Rubino Oltreme Susaminiello from Salento, Italy. And this, is one of the rarest grapes in the world, and it's been revived. It's starting to come back. One of its parent grapes is Garganega. I had this guy that used to say it the other way all the time. It got stuck in my head. It's Garganega, which is what you get. Suave is made from Garganega. So one of its parent grapes is a white grape, kind of like Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a combination of Cab Franc and Sauvignon Blanc. One of the parent grapes is Garganega. And the name is derived from a word that means donkey, because evidently the vines have huge clusters on them. So like a donkey carries weight, the Susaminiello vines can carry a lot of cargo, so to speak. This is a 2013, and my pick of the month for October down at the market is a 2015. So at this 2013, I brought it out because I want to do weird grapes, interesting grapes that maybe you haven't heard of. And this one's been aging a little bit. 2013, I've had it for about a year and a half. Because I fell in love. This is probably one of the first times I tried it. I fell in love with it. I bought a few bottles, stuck them away. So I pulled one out. I want to see how these are doing, how it's aging. And I want to talk to you a little bit about Susaminiello. It's mainly grown in Salice Salentino. They use it there a lot. But it's starting to really come out, and you'll see more and more of Susa Miniello out there. When you go on Wine Searcher, there's not a variety of them, but there's a few. And I'd encourage you, if you get a chance. This rolls in at, I forgot to say, $14, which is a really good value. I can smell it right now, so let's see what we get on the nose. I get bark, currants, a little bit of earth and tobacco. In fact, I'd say a forest floor filled with old chunks of bark. That's kind of what I get with a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of currants. Kind of a wilted red flower element coming through. This is earthy and fruity at the same time. Very savory on the nose. I like that. Let's see what we get on the palate. Wow. I love this wine. I love this wine. Really, seriously, if you can seek out a Susa Miniello. I think I showed you the label, hopefully. There it is. Old Trade Name. Check with your local wine shop. I mean, this stuff is... Now, the 15 is much brighter than this. It's got a couple of years older, and it's really, really matured into a really beautiful wine. I get plum, boysenberry, a little bit of currant coming through, white pepper in the background, bark, tobacco, but very smooth, very polished, very mature. You can taste it. I would say another year or two is the furthest I'd go with this wine right now, this particular vintage, 2013. A couple of videos ago we talked about vintages. This vintage is a good one. 15 might be a little bit better as far as structure goes, but I like this wine a lot, and I know a lot of you will like it. Guys that like New World wines, Old World wines, this is a beauty. This really is. So I'm thinking take that 15. If you can get your hands on the 15. If you're one of my guys here on the island, go down to the store, seriously. I'm not trying to sell wine for King's Market, but you got to pick one of these up, try it, and then put a couple away. 13, 14 bucks is not a huge investment to see these wines develop. Those red flower notes come through on the back of the mid palate. Then it goes into this nice finish with very tobacco driven and forest floor driven, but yet that fruit, that kind of dark fruit, that and I get a little plum as well. Boysenberry, plum, currants, all kind of hangs around the edge of my mouth. This dangerous. This will not be in my house tomorrow because I'm drinking it later. Absolutely going to drink the rest of this bottle. I'm going to go straight up A on that one as well. 2A wines, probably wines you've never tried. Handarabi Zuri and Susa Miniello. Stretch out your palate horizons and try new things. Find somebody you trust that you can say, will I like this wine? I know some people that won't like this wine. I would never sell it to them, but I know a lot of people that would. Shout out to Dick. You'd love this wine. I know it's a little over some people's price point, but still very good. And the Susa Miniello, come on guys, this is great. Straight up A, 2A wines. What a great episode. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.